Hello and welcome to a lovely Tuesday on Crypto. My God, there's a little bit of news. Let's just cover it and dive right in. So the hype drama has come to a close with native markets taking the position. Now, I talked a little bit less about this because native markets was, well, native to the ecosystem. It's actually what kicked off this whole pursuit around a stablecoin. So native markets is coming from the team behind Hyper EVM, basically saying we're going to build a native USDC-backed market into the Hyperliquid ecosystem. And with that being said, it also secures them a deeper relationship with Circle, who has now taken a position in Hyperliquid, aligning long-term plays for what is widely considered the most compliant of the stable coins. So that concludes that. And in reality, the team actually came out and said, look, we proposed the native market solution, not really thinking that there would be a big hype around it, pun intended, but we're surprised to see all of the excitement that came out of this. So that concludes that, and we move on. Hyperliquid proving to be probably one of the best assets to own moving forward here on out. Now, one thing I want to cover, Zach.eth. He is a developer behind Slingshot Finance, which is a swapper and aggregator, a few other elements, and a major contributor to Ethereum in a nutshell. Now, Zach actually started the Ethereum Community Foundation because he thought the EF, the Ethereum Foundation, didn't do enough for what the community wanted. I've met Zach. He's a really nice guy. He's one of the builders on Kanto Network, but he's got this amazing video around getting phished. And for anyone that's in the industry, we are getting phishing links all the time. I mean, basically everyone these days gets emails full of links that if you click on them, who knows what happens. But in crypto land, we're being specifically targeted by the DPRK, North Korea, as well as just a slew of anyone else. I mean, if they find you in any crypto resources, they go after you. And one of the common attacks is to hit you up as a podcaster and say, hey, look, I represent some major company. I want to talk to you. Here is the download link to the meeting. The download link being the exploiter. So Zach has this amazing video that is pure cinema, and I highly recommend you dive in, where he basically goads the guy into a conversation here, pulls up a bunch of Kim Jong-un porn, and Zach is funny. So, I mean, it's just a good time. And they end up getting into a full-blown conversation where they're really discussing back and forth the mechanics of how these people operate. So it's really cool. And while he does this, he basically unpacks the Trojan horse and dives a little bit more into it. So if anyone's just curious or they want to see something fun, I have this in my sources. And this engagement between Zach and a phishing agent is an absolute delight. So I just wanted to call that out. Now, the really big news today is that Google launches an AI payments protocol with stablecoin support, partners with Coinbase and Salesforce. This is everything that we've been talking about. AI agents choosing blockchain over the traditional financial rails. It makes all the sense in the world. Software begets software. But this being Google, who is one of the leaders in AI, obviously Google as a cloud and infrastructure provider is in a massive position to make these kind of steps. But this is truly exciting to see. All of the theses are really coming to fruition. And of course, at the back end of this is EigenCloud, which is EigenLayer, one of Ethereum's core projects or companies. Now, the idea behind EigenLayer is that they saw people building up new layer ones and having to prove out that they were worth staking their asset in order to gain the security, so on and so forth. So what EigenLayer does is it allows people to launch these applications that they call AVSs, and you can take your Ethereum and stake it to a specific app. This permits that application to gain all of the security of Ethereum by taking that ETH that is staked to it and saying, hey, look, if you do something malicious, if you break any rules, we will slash that ETH. So there is an economic risk in order to back these applications. However, those applications in return share some of the yield from their product back to these stakers, and they get to take advantage of all of the security that comes with Ethereum underneath it. So EigenLayer has been a massively backed application coming out of Seattle and the University of Washington Mathematics Department under Sriram Kannan, who is just an excellent speaker and somebody who's so capable of taking complex ideas and distilling them down to plain speech. So pretty exciting to see EigenLayer behind it. This is a major A16Z investment. They actually just doubled down and did a secondary investment of liquid tokens. But just look at the contributing partners, right? I mean, these are major names. 1Password, Accenture. All we see JCB. You've even got Miston Labs, who's technically a competitor through Sui. But MetaMask, Deloitte, MasterCard, I mean, guys, Okta, PayPal, there's so many partners involved. So this is exciting to see that all of these companies are clearly looking to automate, and they want to be able to automate the payments process as well. To do that, we need to utilize stablecoins. to plug directly into these AI agent layers. And well, we have an entire blog post that also is in the sources section if you want to dive in a little bit more. So very exciting stuff coming, and we are seeing a clear vision of a software dominant future where natural user interfaces, where AI agents who live with us, work with us. I mean, this could be your AI waifu, who not only is your love interest, but also facilitates a lot of your business needs like taxes, like capital formation, so on and so forth. So that being said, everybody is awaiting the Fed meeting tomorrow to see what rate cuts happen. The real question is, are the rate cuts already baked into the market? Will it be a sell the news event? Now, that feels kind of crazy to me because it does mean that money gets cheaper and then we can actually see greater deployments of capital into things like risk on assets, business, et cetera, et cetera. However, I am not a final authority on this. So it's positives to see Bitcoin rallying back into $116,000 on the eve of this announcement, but we'll have to see what comes tomorrow. So as always, and especially today when we don't know what's going to go down tomorrow, stay safe, don't over lever, and I will see you in the mañana. Have a great one, guys, and any like and sub would be greatly appreciated.